Now we smoke weed like Tony Montana sniffed the yayo. That's crazy.
Woo, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It's November 12th, 2019. Shout out to my man Sarge Crypto out there for the song request, that Biggie and Tupac freestyle, that legendary one. DJ MC, man, that was a good one. All you hip hop heads will enjoy this one as we do this episode. What's going on, people? I hope you are doing well today. Today we're going to be looking at something that caught my attention. HTC and Binance are doing a smartphone together, and they'll be doing a blockchain, or I should say Binance Chain based phone. We'll take a look at the details out of RBC Crypto on that one. And also out of RBC Crypto, we've got Royal Bank of Canada launching new cryptocurrency trading platform. This is pretty big news, I think. And the thing is, I think this is setting them up for integrating their own cryptocurrency at some point. So I think these are like small incremental steps towards that. We'll take a look at the details on this exchange. And lastly, out of Cointelegraph, the Bitcoin carry trade. Some of you may know about the yen carry trade in FX. It's a way to make easy money. Essentially, you're borrowing money at zero interest from the Japanese banks and going out and purchasing other currencies and basically making the spread on that. But we're going to take a look at this Bitcoin carry trade. That really caught my attention. And shout out to Monty Henry out there on YouTube for bringing this back up. I saw this article, but he mentioned it in one of my comments, and I told him I'd definitely cover it. But before we get started, don't forget about your crypto apparel. Get that at shopmoonlambo.com. Use the word CryptoBlood10 to save 10% at your checkout. Let's take a look at the heat map for today. We've got Bitcoin's dominance at 65%. It's up 0.4% to $8,771. We've got Ethereum up 0.25% to $186, and Binance is up 3% today to $20.75. We also got a small move in EOS. I think it's up 0.1% to $3.47, but Litecoin is down 1.5% to $61.57. I would say mostly green today. And if we look at where we are in the markets, still bouncing off that 8,600 area, guys. This is so interesting to see the bulls and bears battle it out right now. So far, it looks like the bulls are winning because they're not allowing the bears to push us below this 8,600 level. Still waiting to see what we're going to do here. I saw an article talking about this wick here tapped out a lot of people, and I'm sure this one did as well. So we got a lot of whiplashing going on. Market's trying to figure out which way it wants to go. Volume is peaking up though. So we're going to see a move one way or another. I think a big move one way or another here soon, hopefully. Because this is like watching paint dry, I tell you that much. But again, as I told you yesterday, it's a bad look if we traverse this entire move up. This 3,000 move spike we saw off the backs of the Chinese president Xi mentioning blockchain. Didn't even mention Bitcoin. Just simply mentioned blockchain, and we saw Bitcoin take a rip to the moon. But we're kind of taking a lot of that back at this point. I think if we can stay above this level right here, or we stay above 8,300, we're good. If we drop below 8,300, not a good look to see us basically take back all of those gains. That lets me know that that wasn't a real move. Like the market wasn't really looking to be behind that. It was just more so like FOMO and chasing and short covering. Probably a lot of short covering there. But let's take a look at the first article. RBC Crypto. HTC announces smartphone integration of Binance Chain. With the increase of the use of smartphones, so is the use of cryptocurrencies across the globe. Recently, HTC announced Exodus 1 in an attempt to make the use of cryptocurrencies and blockchain easier for the masses. Binance, the Malta-based cryptocurrency exchange, has now joined HTC's project, with the smartphone giant revealing its plans to provide support for Binance Chain. Looks like the Binance Chain will be added to the latest edition of its blockchain mobile, paving the way for effectively supporting the world's largest exchange by volume and its native token. The Exodus One Binance Edition will be integrated with Binance Chain by using the native application of HTC smartphones' Zion Vote wallet app. So here it is important to note that crypto hobbyists and traders will be able to get the opportunity to get their hands directly on Binance's DEX platform using the phone. So this is again, I've not seen yet, and I've said this because many people are banking on a lot of these different cryptocurrency projects to bring value to their token. And I think it's the hardest thing, and it will be the hardest thing to do. We haven't seen a project yet bring more value to their token than Binance. They integrate their token within their ecosystem so well. A lot of companies out there need to take heed and like use that as a blueprint on how to possibly make their coin valuable to the point where there's an actual demand for the token. If you can create that demand for your token, you're in a good shape. But I have not seen any projects really out here do that yet. So in my opinion, the whole token economics, token model is still unproven. I have not seen any dApps or any other services really be able to do it like Binance. And you let me know in the comments if you know any other projects that is really garnering a lot of demand for their token through their ecosystem. But I think that's where we're failing in blockchain right now, and maybe we'll see that change in the future, but as of right now, I ain't seeing it, people. The article goes on to say that addressing news of the integration, HTC's decentralized chief officer said that Binance is one of those fearless companies that challenges traditional financial systems and how things are done. The integration of the Binance with Exodus One will empower users to enjoy the speed and efficiency of the smartphone while also being safeguarded by the cryptocurrency hardware wallet Exodus One Binance Edition. Talking about the development, Binance CEO said that smartphones will play a key role in the mass adoption of crypto, and smartphones are the most natural device for a hardware wallet that is simple to use and always with you. And I agree with him to a certain extent, but just think about like smartphones. We lose those things all the time. I don't think people are going to put too much money on these types of devices simply because they can be lost or stolen. But I think, it's definitely a good start. And if we mostly use our smartphones over laptops and desktops anyhow nowadays. So we'll have to see how that pans out for Binance. But again, they know how to create that value, people. I'm telling you. A lot of companies need to really take heed. Next article is also out of AMB Crypto. Royal Bank of Canada launching new cryptocurrency trading platform. It says while Canada is still contemplating its position on issuing its own digital currency, the Royal Bank of Canada is reportedly taking steps towards setting up a cryptocurrency exchange while enabling cryptocurrency accounts for its users. According to the report, the yet-to-be-launched platform will expedite crypto-related activities like purchases and sales, along with the transfer of funds. Furthermore, the opening of bank accounts having cryptocurrencies is also under the purview of the bank. This would make RBC the first Canadian bank to set up a cryptocurrency trading platform. Washington-based firm Ryman Law's Mark Kaufman pointed out that he couldn't think of one of the big banks anywhere in the world that has a patent that directly relates to a cryptocurrency exchange. RBC has been using blockchain technology for a while now, with the bank revealing in 2017 that it was utilizing the technology to facilitate cross-border payments between Canada and America banks. Oh, what? They're not using XRP? Oh, I'm so surprised. According to the report, the bank has reportedly applied for 4 patents in Canada as well as in the United States, while elaborating on how it would integrate digital assets into its operation. So last month, the patent application filed in the U.S. became public, with the same focus on how banks could utilize privileges of cryptocurrency. So I just want to kind of offshoot from that, talk about this. This is what I mean by long term. If you take a 5 to 10 year look at this, XRP is not going to be the standard. People, these banks are just going to create their own systems to utilize cross-border and settlements with various banks. FedNow, they're creating their own thing. You've got, as you see, RBC is doing their thing. JP Morgan coin. they have their own systems, and they're going to use their own systems. You know, in the early stages, yeah, you've had various banks partner up with third-party companies like Ripple, but as time goes on and as things mature in this game, they're going to figure out, hey, why not just utilize our own technology, something that we own, we have a patent over, it's proprietary. That's what these banks are going to do. If not, they're going to be utilizing and leveraging other banks' technology like JPM Coin and their infrastructure. So that's, again, another reason why I don't see Ripple lasting long term at all. Just won't be any need for it. But as far as this, you know, I think this is huge news. I don't know any other banks doing it like this either. So they probably are going forward with this because behind the curtains, behind the scenes, they're most likely talking with Bank of Canada, which I'm sure is working on their own cryptocurrency. There were hints about them working on their own crypto like 2 years ago. So it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time before all of these central banks have their own cryptocurrencies. Last article out of Cointelegraph: Bitcoin carry trade can net annual gains with little risk, says Plan B. So let's take a look at this and see if you can take advantage of this as well. Says that trading crypto assets, or any markets for that matter, is a zero-sum game. When one person wins, someone else must lose, making trading highly competitive. That being said, consistently profitable strategies can be hard to find. Recently, Plan B, a crypto investor and analyst active on Twitter, described a Bitcoin trading strategy that yields a stated 7 to 10% annually with limited downside risk. So let's take a look at this. So it says Bitcoin Cash and carry spot buying Bitcoin and simultaneously future selling for delivery in 1 to 6 months will net you 7 to 10% annualized return, almost risk-free. Plan B strategy can be viewed as a form of arbitrage trading. Essentially, arbitraging is trading based on a price discrepancy across multiple exchanges. If Bitcoin trades at 9,000 on one exchange and 10,000 on another, a trader can buy Bitcoin on the cheaper exchange and transfer it to the more expensive exchange and sell it there for a $1,000 profit. That's an example of arbitrage, guys. So Plan B's mentioned trading strategy involves both spot Bitcoin trading and Bitcoin futures trading. The spot Bitcoin trading involves buying and selling physical Bitcoin, which is transferable to other exchanges or various wallets. This essentially means buying Bitcoin at its going market rate. In this context, when a trader buys spot BTC, he or she owns the Bitcoin and can transfer it, store it, or spend it at will. Alternatively, Bitcoin futures trading is a derivative trading product based on Bitcoin's price native to the exchange the futures product trades on. Unlike spot assets, traders cannot transfer these futures products off the exchange on which they are trading. Traders speculate on the future price of Bitcoin, buying and selling contracts that eventually expire into cash or physical spot Bitcoin. So perpetual swap futures, as seen on exchanges such as Deribit, BitMEX, KuCoin, OKEX, and others, do not come with expirations, but instead often conduct recurring funding periods every several hours, which keeps those products' prices close to the Bitcoin spot price on other exchanges. So, going more into detail about his strategy, essentially, these Bitcoin futures sometimes trade at a premium versus spot. And so as that futures contract begins to close or get closer to expiration, guys, the price gap will likely close. And so you take advantage of that difference there. So basically you buy it and you immediately sell it against this higher futures price. So you lock in your certain profit, a guaranteed profit. So in a way, that's a risk-free profit. There are some risks, but they are very small, he says. So this is interesting, and we'll see how long this lasts. I think the more participants we see come into this market, this exploitation will be less and less. Not saying it will go away, but the profit, that spread, will probably come down tremendously. But yeah, if you guys are more sophisticated, definitely look into this. Carry trade, wait for you to maybe with a larger amount of money, take advantage of this. So that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of My Two Satoshis. Gotta give a shout out to my man Sarge Crypto out there for that Biggie and Tupac freestyle. What a classic, man. Those are two talented individuals for sure. And if you enjoyed this information, found this video informative, make sure you like and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell to be notified about unbiased crypto news reported by yours truly, Crypto Blood. I'm out here, people.